Hey guys, Brianna Marie from Holistic Healing Fit Club, and today I wanted to go over my Lorisian food intolerance test results with you. If you remember, I did that a couple months ago, and I want to kind of explain to you how the testing works and what it's testing for, and how it knows that I'm intolerant to certain things. So if you have been following my healing journey for the last year or more, then you know that I've implemented the autoimmune protocol, which is many different layers of lifestyle and dietary changes. But the one that we're going to talk about today is the dietary elimination. So you take out a bunch of known food triggers, and these are food triggers for the entire population, but even more so for people with autoimmune issues or chronic health issues in general. So by removing these, you give your system a chance to relax, heal itself, reduce the inflammation, repair your gut lining, things like that. It's really a gut healing protocol. And if you have read any of my information out there, then you know that the gut is the key to healing all of your chronic health issues. So I want to kind of explain a little bit about how the testing works. This test specifically looks for IgG antibody responses in your bloodstream, and it tests a large variety of all different kinds of food allergens. So I'm not talking about IgE responses, and that's where you go into severe anaphylaxis and you have really bad histamine reactions. So let's rewind a little bit. There's 5 different types or classes of antibodies, and the type of antibody determines the mechanism used to destroy the antigen that it binds to and the invading microorganism that the antigen belongs to. So IgE antibodies bind to allergens and they trigger a big histamine response. And so the histamine is released from specialized cells, your mast cells and your basophils, and they cause the symptoms of the allergy. So they do have an important role in protection from parasites, so that's something cool to note. But an IgG antibody response, approximately 75% of the antibodies that circulate in your bloodstream at any given time are IgGs. They are the only antibodies that are capable of crossing the placenta to provide passive immunity to the fetus. So that's pretty cool. But and the other classes we're not going to talk about today. But this test will show you what exactly I have been intolerant to and am having reactions to. Now, when you have, when I'm saying reaction, it's something that you might not realize is a reaction. People consume a certain food. For me, I was eating eggs every single day, for example, for years. They're delicious. They're easy, fast protein. And I'm very intolerant to egg whites at this point, which a lot of people are, and they just don't realize it. So the symptoms can take between 1 to 7 days, and that's why having someone that is trained in the autoimmune protocol and reintroduction, helping you and guiding you through this process is so important. But you really need to be very, very diligent and take a lot of careful records when you're reintroducing the foods to see what response you're having, because you may not notice it before you eliminated it, but then once you eliminated it, the reaction might be a lot more dramatic. So stuff to look for: you can have joint aches and pains, you can have headaches, you can have, skin issues, eczema, different kinds of digestive issues. So these are things that kind of last in your body for quite some time, and they create a lot of inflammation. So when they do that, they start to break down your intestinal barrier, and when that happens, you get leaky gut. And like I've always said, your gut is the key to healing your chronic illnesses. So you really need to be very diligent about this. Every single client that I have, whether they have autoimmune diagnoses or not, I recommend starting with an elimination just so that they can see where they're at, like a baseline to see what exactly their gut health is doing. So right now I'm going to share with you the results from the test. It's pretty cool how they did all this. I always do the elimination because it is the gold standard to do an elimination diet, but it's really, really awesome to see it in black and white. And let's share the screen so that you can see what I'm having reactions to. Share screen. Perfect. Awesome. So it's really easy to decode what exactly the test results are telling you. Red, you're having a definite reaction. Yellow is borderline and green is no reaction. So they test for so many different foods. It's really, really cool. Cow's milk, yeast, and goat's milk I have a strong reaction to, which I already knew. Which is great because it just confirms it. Sesame seed, I go into anaphylaxis when I consume large amounts, like in hummus or something like that. Egg whites, wheat, sheep's milk. I'm really sad about this egg white stuff, so I'm going to have to keep it out for a little bit longer. But it tests for so many different fun stuff. Acai berry, no reaction. Yay! I get to have my acai bowls still. They test for all kinds of nuts, seeds, fruits, veggies, meats, fish, all kinds of stuff. Egg yolk, it's very common that people are intolerant to the egg whites and not the yolk. So when we do the reintroduction in the autoimmune protocol, it's something that you introduce first is the yolk, not the egg white. Celery, no reaction. Chickpeas, no reaction. Chili peppers, no reaction. Now, just because the food intolerance test tells you that there's no reaction does not mean that it doesn't create a different inflammatory response in your body. So you need to be aware of that. And that's why the elimination diet is the gold standard. So there's goji berry, grape, I mean, so many things. What else? All of this. Kale, I consume lots and lots of kale. Lettuces, lemongrass, pumpkin, potatoes. I mean, you can see it's very, very comprehensive and covers quite a bit. Walnuts, pheasant, pineapple, I mean, so much stuff. So I really highly recommend checking this out if you want to test your food intolerances and you're not really sure where to start. This is a great place. So hopefully this has been helpful and that you've learned a little something and that I have opened your minds to the possibility of eliminating some common allergens that may be affecting you in ways that you're not aware of. So, all right, guys, have a great night and I will talk to you during the next video. Bye.